Hi, let's have a look what's going on for the vibe of the weekend. What do we need to know for the vibe of the weekend? So, what do we need to know? What do we all need to know for the weekend? What's coming up? What's coming up this weekend? Let's see how much fun we can have, see who's coming in, what will happen at the weekend. So the first aspect we've got is the world. Wow. So the world is like our oyster if we allow that to happen. When you can see here, Archangel Michael, as you perhaps know, is great to cut off things that are no longer needed in our life. So this is why you get a very happy ending, coming full circle. And because this is the end of the Major Arcana card, it's that you have come through many lessons and learned them and really realised that you have the power. You definitely own who you are. So in every situation that you're in, you own it. So if you're waiting for that communication from that person and they're not doing it, own your own power. Take charge. Why don't you call them? And if they're not answering, it means that this is a happy end for you because you can now move on to something greater and better. It also means that with Archangel Michael here, you have to cut off certain things. We're going into the autumn era now in the Northern Hemisphere and equally the spring season in the Southern Hemisphere. Both these times are great times for beginnings, endings and beginnings. So the world is very much like autumn in letting go of what's no longer needed. And if the spring comes, then what else is coming into our life as long as we let go of what's not needed? If you do work with angels, guys, do look at Archangel Michael and really thank Archangel Michael for being here to help with that sword of truth, that spiritual sword to help you release the ending of a cycle. Okay? Also, we have justice. So this is a great time for justice to kick in and really allow help in needing that justice. So, especially with career, a lot of people want to start new things at this time. So you've worked hard, perhaps, on getting your CVs and applying for all sorts of jobs. So you see here that the balance between what you are putting in and what is really good for you is understood by that perfect ending. So it does bring that sense of justice in balancing what you do want. So look inside your heart now with a full compassion for who you are. Look at that space and see what you can start. September is a great time for starting new things. And if you plan this, you'll be able to let go of what's not needed. We do have a full moon on Monday. So setting up this energy at the weekend, what you do want to release and having that justice in what you want to start is going to help in the long run indeed. So some of you might find this a little bit slow, but it will be in your favour. So weigh up what it is that you're struggling with and what lessons have you learnt going forward. Also, we have Seven of Michael. A lot of Michael's helping us very much at this moment in time. So with the Seven of Michael, we have this amazing ability to look at things in a different way and maybe even go in a different direction. So sometimes it's very hard for us to do, especially when we've had the habit of waiting for communication, for understanding. Sometimes within our own life, some things need to be changed, but we just haven't got that complete courage to do so. So Michael is here to show you that you are strong and can be even stronger because you've got justice and you've got the world on your side. To have the world at your side, realizing that you have got everything within your power. You've learnt so many lessons to have that courage in going in a different direction. So if it means finding that perfect job, going self-employed, or finding a new relationship, all these things is about empowering. Go into that new direction. So really look at the honest truth of who you are when you're actually doing this. Okay. You do also have the 5 of Michael. So this again is moving away from something which isn't completely allowing you to grow as a person. So one has to look at the soul and your higher purpose. It's crying out for you to change. So when we look at things in an intelligent, logical way of moving forward, then we have to move in that different direction. So just understand what it is that you're trying to do. If you're still a little bit scared about an aspect, and that is probably why you're holding on to something that isn't working. So this is why Michael's here in many forms today to help you do that. Set this energy up for the weekend, and then fully on Monday, allow that full moon to have released all what needs to be released. Also, we've got, let's pick some good cards, eh? Oh, we've got the 5 of Raphael as well. So we've got this energy here that the disappointments within our life, and maybe some relationships haven't worked out, and you're still, as I said before, waiting for that person to communicate. It's time to look at things completely different. So Archangel Raphael is here to help heal your heart. So opening up your heart and maybe looking at the change. It's not working. So sometimes we just have to look at what we can connect to. And your heart is within you. So you can always connect to that loving, unconditional way. When you tighten your heart and put barriers around and really struggle with moving forward, you're constricting your heart, and that's going to have a terrible look into other areas of your life. So allow this healing to take place. Allow that loss to have just fallen by the wayside. It's now time for your soul to sing and rejoice in who you are, instead of spending all that wasted energy on something that's absolutely not going to happen. So releasing the past and allowing Michael to help you and asking Archangel Raphael to heal and be with you is really going to pay dividends in the long run, because there's always something better for your highest good. So this is vitally important to do so. Otherwise, you're just going to be stuck more and more. You've got to ask your question, how long do you want to feel like this? Because it is entirely up to you, but with Michael on your side and Raphael, how can you not succeed? So let's have a look at your Moonology card at the same time, just to see the vibe of the weekend, what kind of other things we need to know, okay? So let's have a look. Charming. Had a timer on. Right, okay. So we have your hard work is paying off, a new moon in Capricorn. So Capricorn here will allow you to work hard. See the responsibilities of what you have got. Remember, guys, you did have the Justice card. So within Justice, hard work does pay off. So what you are trying to achieve is going to pay off. It will happen. But allowing yourself to realise that a whole cycle of independence and empowerment is only there when we let go of the pain, the suffering, and the kind of disappointment, what's happened. So this is more about taking charge of who you are, the responsibilities of who you are, getting that justice and moving forward. So it's a good time to reflect on, and it's a good time to set up the energy in letting go on Monday. Have a great weekend.